Why American women are different from the rest of the world. When we speak about women in America, we are not just describing a group of people living in a country. We are talking about a movement, a legacy, and a force that continues to shape not only the United States, but also the entire world. American women stand out from the rest of the globe for reasons that are deeply rooted in history, culture, freedom, and resilience. They are different not because they were handed privileges easily, but because they fought for them, demanded them, and carved a place for themselves in a society that once tried to silence their voices. To understand why American women are different, we must first look back at the journey they have traveled. The story of American women is not one of quiet acceptance, but of struggle and determination. It is the story of women who refused to be confined by limitations placed on them by tradition or by men. It is the story of mothers who raised generations of dreamers, workers who fueled the economy, activists who changed laws, and leaders who redefined power. The beginning of the struggle in the early history of America, women were often restricted to roles inside the home. They were expected to be caretakers, wives, and mothers, but not leaders, voters, or decision makers. Yet even in those times, many women challenged the norms. During the Revolutionary War, women served as nurses, messengers, and even disguised themselves as men to fight on the battlefield. Deborah Sampson, for instance, dressed as a man to fight in George Washington's army, proving that bravery knows no gender. Abigail Adams, the wife of President John Adams, famously wrote to her husband in 1776, urging him to remember the ladies when forming the new government. Though her request was dismissed at the time, her words echoed across generations, reminding America that half its population could not be ignored forever. Similarly, other early women made their mark in unexpected ways. Phyllis Wheatley, the first published African-American woman poet, used her pen to challenge slavery and prove the intellectual strength of women. Mercy Otis Warren, a political writer during the Revolutionary era, influenced public opinion through her plays and writings. These voices, though few, became seeds of change. These acts were small sparks of courage that would later grow into a blazing fire of transformation. The fight for the right to vote, one of the most defining moments in American women's history, was the fight for suffrage, the right to vote. In 1848, the Seneca Falls Convention took place in New York, where women like Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott declared that women deserved equal rights, including the right to participate in democracy. This was the birth of the organized women's rights movement in America. The movement was not an easy journey. For decades, women organized marches, wrote articles, gave speeches, and challenged laws. They faced ridicule from newspapers, opposition from politicians, and resistance even from some men in their own families. Susan B. Anthony was arrested for casting a vote in 1872, boldly stating that she had a right to participate in democracy. Sojourner Truth, a former enslaved woman, gave her famous "Ain't I a Woman" speech in 1851, challenging both racism and sexism in one powerful statement. African American women also played a vital role in the suffrage struggle, though their contributions were often ignored by the mainstream movement. Leaders like Ida B. Wells, Mary Church Terrell, and Frances Ellen Watkins Harper not only fought for women's right to vote, but also battled racial injustice. They carried a double burden, yet remained unshaken in their mission. Finally, in 1920, after nearly 72 years of activism, the 19th Amendment was ratified, giving women the legal right to vote in the United States. This victory was not just a political win, it was a cultural transformation. It sent a message to the world. American women were not silent, and they would not accept being treated as second-class citizens. Women in the workforce, the 20th century, brought new challenges and opportunities. During World War II, American men went off to fight, and women entered the workforce in massive numbers. Factories, offices, and hospitals were filled with women who kept the nation running. They proved that they were capable of much more than the world had allowed them to show. Rosie the Riveter, the cultural icon of a strong working woman, became a symbol of female empowerment. But after the war, women were pressured to return to their traditional roles at home, yet the spirit of independence had already been born. Women began demanding not just jobs but careers. They wanted education, leadership roles, and respect. This period laid the foundation for the feminist movements that would soon transform America. By the 1960s and 1970s, women were entering fields once dominated by men: law, medicine, business, and politics. The workforce was no longer a male-only arena. Women became pilots, engineers, scientists, and entrepreneurs. Their economic contribution to America was undeniable, and society could never return to the way it once was. Fast forward to the 21st century, women in America are not only part of the workforce but are shaping it. They are founding startups in Silicon Valley, running Fortune 500 companies, leading NASA, space missions, and heading universities. Figures like Sheryl Sandberg, Indra Nooyi, and Mary Barra stand as proof that women are not just participants but decision makers in America's economic engine. The feminist movements of the mid-20th century pushed the boundaries of what women could achieve. Leaders like Gloria Steinem, Betty Friedan, and Angela Davis spoke boldly against sexism, discrimination, and inequality. They demanded equal pay, reproductive rights, and opportunities in every sector of society. This was not just about personal freedom, it was about reshaping the very fabric of American life. Feminists fought for and won laws that changed the landscape. Equal Pay Act 1963 sought to eliminate wage disparities between men and women. Title Roman 9, 1972, banned gender discrimination in education and sports. Roe v. Wade 1973 gave women control over reproductive rights, a landmark in personal freedom. Later, the third wave of feminism in the 1990s and early 2000s emphasized diversity, individuality, and intersectionality. It highlighted that women's experiences are shaped not only by gender, but also by race, class, and sexuality. The fourth wave, emerging in the 2010s, harnessed the power of social media to fight harassment, violence, and inequality. Campaigns like #MeToo and #TimesUp demonstrated that American women could use new platforms to amplify old struggles. The legacy of resilience, what makes American women different, is not just the victories they achieved, but the resilience they showed in the face of obstacles. Each generation passed on a legacy of courage to the next. From the suffragists of the 1800s to the activists of the 20th century, American women learned to rise every time they were pushed down. Even today, when American women face challenges, whether it's in fighting for equal pay, breaking glass ceilings, or demanding respect in male-dominated industries, they carry with them the spirit of those who came before. This resilience has shaped a culture where women are not just surviving, but thriving. A nation shaped by women. The truth is, America itself would not be what it is today without its women. From Harriet Tubman, who led enslaved people to freedom, to Eleanor Roosevelt, who redefined the role of First Lady as one of influence and power, women have always been at the heart of progress. Harriet Beecher Stowe, author of Uncle Tom's Cabin, helped fuel the anti-slavery movement with her words. Amelia Earhart inspired women by becoming the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Maya Angelou's poetry spoke to the soul of a nation, and more recently, women like Michelle Obama have used their platforms to inspire generations with messages of hope, education, and empowerment. And this is where the difference lies. American women do not wait for change to happen, they create it. They do not accept the limitations society tries to place on them, they challenge them. They do not stay silent in the face of injustice, they raise their voices, louder and stronger, until they are heard. Freedom of choice and education. If there is one word that defines the identity of American women, it is choice. Unlike many parts of the world where women's decisions are still dictated by cultural restrictions, traditions, or even laws, American women grow up with a sense of freedom that shapes their confidence, their ambitions, and their entire outlook on life. From an early age, American girls are encouraged to express themselves, to speak their minds, and to imagine futures that are not limited by gender. They are taught that they can become anything: doctors, engineers, scientists, leaders, or artists. While challenges still exist, the underlying message is clear: your gender does not define your destiny. Education has always been a powerful tool for empowerment, and in America, women have claimed it fiercely. Today, women make up a majority in many colleges and graduate programs. They are excelling in STEM fields, law, medicine, and the arts. American women are not just participating in education, they are leading in it. Armed with education, women enter the workforce with determination. From Silicon Valley to Wall Street, from Hollywood to Washington, women are present in every industry. They are doctors, CEO, pilots, entrepreneurs, professors, and astronauts. They don't wait to be included, they claim their space. Political, social, and cultural influence. American women are not just defined by their education or careers. Their true distinction lies in how they shape society, politics, culture, and global narratives. In politics, women like Hillary Clinton, Nancy Pelosi, and Kamala Harris have broken barriers. Kamala Harris, as the first female vice president, symbolizes a new chapter of leadership that reflects diversity and strength. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the late Supreme Court Justice, became a cultural icon for her lifelong dedication to justice and equality. Socially, women have led movements that changed history. Rosa Parks sparked the civil rights movement. Tarana Burke started the Me Too movement, which became a global campaign against harassment. These examples show that American women are not just living in society, they are transforming it. Culturally, women like Oprah Winfrey, Beyoncé, Serena Williams, and countless others have shaped global imagination. From media to sports, from literature to technology, American women have created legacies that inspire girls and women worldwide. Global contrast and why they inspire the world. In many countries, women still fight for basic rights like education, employment, and political participation. Cultural traditions and restrictive laws hold them back. In some regions, women are not allowed to drive, to vote, or even to choose their own husbands. American women, however, live in a system that, while not perfect, provides them with legal protections, opportunities, and platforms to rise. What truly makes them different is visibility. Their success is broadcast globally. A young girl in Africa or Asia can see Kamala Harris in the White House, Serena Williams dominating the tennis court, or Oprah building an empire. That visibility tells her, if she can do it, so can I. American women serve as a mirror of possibility for women everywhere. They are living proof that ambition and courage can rewrite destiny. Modern challenges and the ongoing fight. Even with all these achievements, the journey is not over. American women continue to face challenges. The gender pay gap still exists, with women on average earning less than men. Women are underrepresented in top leadership positions, from Fortune 500 companies to government offices. Social issues such as reproductive rights, workplace harassment, and access to affordable childcare remain ongoing battles. Yet what sets American women apart is how they face these challenges. They organize, protest, vote, and push for reform. They use social media as a powerful tool to amplify their voices. They run for office in record numbers, ensuring that the next generation of girls grows up seeing women in positions of power. During the COVID-19 pandemic, women doctors, nurses, teachers, and essential workers carried America on their shoulders. Female scientists like Dr. Kizzmekia Corbett, who played a key role in developing the modern COVID-19 vaccine, proved that American women are not only participants in global crises but leaders in solving them. Conclusion: why are American women different from the rest of the world? The answer lies not in perfection, but in persistence. They are different because they dare to dream boldly and act fearlessly. They are different because they believe equality is not a gift, but a right. To every woman, whether in America or beyond, the story of American women is not just theirs, it can be yours too. It is a reminder that no matter where you are, no matter what barriers you face, your voice matters, your dreams matter, and your fight matters. The world does not change because of silence. It changes because of courage, and American women have shown us that courage across centuries of struggle and triumph. They are not just women of America. They are women of inspiration. They are proof that determination can break walls, build nations, and transform the future of humanity.